Ever wonder why no one treats you respectfully, even though you are good to everyone? The answer lies in the question. You are pleasant to everyone. You don't stand up for yourself. As a result, people don't value what you have to say. All they think of you is some pushover. It is troubling for you. We understand that. But the fact is, you need to have some boundaries, and you need to stop the nice guy act. People will keep taking advantage of you if you don't do it now. So, if you want to change things seriously, you must change yourself. By the end of this video, you'll learn why the nice guy act will make your life miserable. Number 8. You won't achieve big things. Achieving goals becomes nearly impossible for incredibly nice guys. It is not a good thing for anyone, because it becomes an impediment. You are unable to reach out for what you want in life. Not only does it take away your desires, it also depletes your motivation. As a result, you cannot work incredibly hard for your desires. There are a lot of guys in this exact situation. They may find a girl incredibly attractive and talk about it quite a lot. They will say all sorts of things that indicate how deeply in love they are with her. Eventually, when she gets into a relationship with someone else, they start complaining. All their babbling is done from afar. Such guys don't make an actual effort. All they do is complain. It is simply because they are too nice to do anything about it. Being a nice guy won't get you anywhere. Such behavior will only permit you to sit idly on your bed all day. You won't have an actual desire or motivation to do something. Number 7. Ashamed of your emotions. Many guys who are seemingly very friendly to others are ashamed of their true desires. They think that everything they want is wrong. It is almost hard to believe, but it is true. They are embarrassed even to confess their true and honest feelings. It is simply because they have a fear of being different. People might say how bad of an opinion they have. As a result, they lock up their true desires and honest opinions in their hearts. That is why you must worry about yourself first. Why do you have this need to please others at your own expense? You must understand that it is horrible for your mental health. You have to understand that being a nice guy to everyone will hinder your pursuit of true happiness. Happiness could be anything from learning a skill to doing what your heart desires. You might have a hobby, and you didn't pursue it simply because it was independent from the norm. Don't be afraid of being different. Number 6. The world becomes dangerous. There is a very popular saying in Chinese folklore. It says that the world is not a playground. Rather, it is a battleground. In this world, everyone stands up for himself. Whatever actions you commit, you are the only one who will face the consequences of them. It means you are not allowed to blame others for your misfortune. Your own decisions brought upon your misfortune. And like other things in your life, you can change that by being more assertive. Meditate in silence, and you will understand there is no place for a traditional nice guy. This world is full of competitive people. Everyone is in a race to achieve better things in life. There is no room for weakness. If you want to make an impact, you must change. This nice guy behavior will waste essential opportunities. These opportunities could be significant for your advancement. You must understand that the world and life demand that you stand out and fight your battles. Grab every opportunity you find and just run with it. Number 5. Obsession with perfection. It's one thing to lie to other people. It is an entirely different thing to lie to yourself. Because when you lie to yourself, you create this false persona in your mind. This false persona may be genuine for you, but people around you can see through that act very quickly, especially when it comes to women. For example, if you say you are a confident man, but the woman you are talking to can see you are sweating in front of her, all that fakeness will push her away. The same thing happens in your mind when you become a nice guy. You think that people will be friendly just because you are pleasant to them. In your mind, you believe that you have achieved perfection in your social interactions, when, in reality, you are far from it. It will lead you to hide your flaws from yourself. When you lie to yourself, you become insecure about your shortcomings. It then leads to you becoming a submissive person. You must be confident to say what is right and be assertive. Number 4. Unexpected tantrums. It is another significant problem for these incredibly nice guys. What do you think will happen if you suppress your emotions always? Do you think you will become better if you hide your emotions? Stopping your feelings and desires will result in something very terrible. You cannot suppress your emotions. Humans or emotional beings, they cannot close their hearts off. You cannot become a robot and walk through life seamlessly. If you are a human, you are bound to be emotional, but when you suppress those emotions, they pile up. They pile up in a jar and are locked away in your heart. When that jar fills up, it will overflow. What does that mean? It means that when you are constantly suppressing your emotions, there will be a time when there will be outbursts. In those outbursts, you will have a victim vomit moment. Because in your mind, you think you are doing all these great things for the universe. And even though you are doing these things, your needs aren't being met. As a result, you will flip out and throw a tantrum. Number 3, rooted unhappiness. As we have explained to you, the human heart is an emotional one. It means that when your heart desires something, it must be provided. However, it does not mean that you should give in to your wildest impulses. But if you are normal and your heart desires something, that will be in your best interest. Then, don't stop yourself from achieving that desire. Fulfill your desires. If you don't do this, you will become the most unhappy person on the planet. You can skillfully talk to other people, but from within, you will become a miserable person. You won't be able to feel true motivation. You won't have the desire to be involved in social activities. It is simply because you don't want to fulfill your desires. If you have a hobby and you stop yourself from fulfilling that hobby, what do you think will happen? Does stopping yourself from your heart's desires make you feel better or worse? If you say that it feels better, then you are lying. Number 2, toxic loop. Toxic loops are a widespread finding in people who are nice guys. Being a nice guy will be detrimental to your mental health. When a nice guy talks to a person, he acts nicely in front of them. He expects that they will be nice in return. However, they apply the same rule to abusive people as well. When they are nice to mean people, they don't reciprocate. Instead, they are even more vicious and take advantage of that nice guy. As a result, they do it even more, thinking they will turn around. Assuming you can change an abusive person's opinion just by being nice is delusional. The more a person becomes abusive towards them, the more they become nicer towards them. It is this toxic loop that nice guys will find themselves in. So pull yourself out of that situation before you find yourself in it. It happens in relationships as well. Men and women will stay with their abusive and toxic partners because they think they might change. Years pass before they realize that they have made a colossal mistake. Number 1, failing to help. Another delusion that you will find nice guys in is that they are people who can help others. They think that their nice guy act is assisting victims. It is absurd and delusional to think so. Some might even call it stupid. If you are a nice guy living in an incredibly competitive world, then you are the victim. If you are a victim of this world's abuses, how can you help others? If you cannot protect yourself, you cannot protect others. That is how things work in the real world. If you genuinely want to help others, you must make changes. You need to be strong in your mind and body. If you can't do that, you will never be able to lend a hand. It means that your niceness is detrimental to you and others because you could have helped someone if you weren't such a nice person all the time. Conclusion: being a nice guy will lead you nowhere. You will only feel remorse and unhappiness if you become a nice guy. If you want to make some changes, then drop it. Kill the nice guy. After a while, it was still in its crib. However, remember, we are not asking you to become an insensitive brute. Just don't let anyone else take advantage of you. If you have made it this far, comment below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.